Hello, everybody. Do you have a box with a button? Don't press it. I don't know you. I don't only press it if I know you. Don't press it if I don't know you. Yeah. That's the rule. That's the rule. You listening to me right now, that counts as you knowing me. So press away, press away. So last time we had a box with a button and $1 million, otherwise known as 200,000 in the 80s. Otherwise known as 100 million in the future. This time, we've got an episode called Need to Know. And I'm the sort of person who does need to know. Not every little bit of minutia. Not about everything, but about certain things I do need to know. So I can be prepared. So I can help problem solve. So I can make good decisions. And all of that stuff. But there are limits to that. Anybody who says they need to know everything, or it's better to know everything, is not a human. And hasn't been in a situation where learning something has hurt themselves emotionally and led them to make bad decisions. I have no idea what to expect this time. Well, I like it. I do like it. Bit of country, beautiful view, broken down car. We should get that guy from the previous episode. If he's not busy brushing his teeth.
Often the most perplexing mysteries have the simplest solutions.
What do you mean?
The most complex questions, the simplest answers.
What do you mean?
Sometimes we seek long and hard, only to find the solutions and answers lie right before us. In a reference book under T for the Twilight Zone.
Oh, geez, where do you come from?
Whitlow, where the devil did you come from?
My farm.
You walked all this way from your place? You give me a hand getting this tire on where it belongs.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a lift back.
Great.
Don't need no
great,
lift
great.
back. Mr. Henrys, would you mind coming over here a minute?
This is an odd start, isn't it?
Yeah, Wiley?
Over here.
Oh, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Don't tell me. Whatever it is that you just told him, I'm out of here. I refuse to hear it. I'm not even curious. Why are you talking to me? Why are you looking at me? I'm just going to stop watching the episode. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's gonna... He seems happy. He's laughing. Maybe it's something good. Maybe he's giving him $200,000. He doesn't even have to press a button. Where did he come from? Why was the dialogue so stilted and weird? He was just there. He just appeared from nowhere. And why the choice of music? We've had strange choices of music before. Do you remember The Shadow Man? That had the best music. The best music. I still think about it from time to time. I can't think of it right now, but I know it was upbeat and it was so stupid. All that kid wanted was to take her to the Sadie Hawkins dance. You know, all she wanted was a bit of help with her math homework. And then everybody died. That's not what happened. Do you want to come walking with him? Don't tell me. You can tell this bus full of people. Oh, Frances McDormand. This is going to be weird. This was 40 years ago, almost.
Are you from Washington?
Oh, there she is.
And explain the urgency of the situation. I thought for sure he'd send a team.
I'm afraid I'm the team. As I understand it, the first few cases weren't that unusual.
Then it started spreading. First it was the farmers, then a couple people who worked at the bank, then the mayor.
Oh, the mayor.
25
Mayor Whittingham?
They just suddenly started going...
crazy, insane. This morning it was my father.
Oh no. She's personally involved. Don't let him say anything to you. Oh, a scientist. You know, because he has glasses.
This is Mr. Strickland? Uh-huh.
Don't let him speak to you.
Her father. Thanks.
What's with all the blood?
My name's Edward Sayers.
I'd like to ask you to sit down, but as you see, my house is being redone.
Yeah?
I met your daughter.
Daughter?
Yeah?
I don't have any daughters.
No?
I got sons. Daughter.
Mr. Strickland, what happened this morning? Do you remember?
The milk on my cereal was sour.
Ew.
I had to speak to my wife about it.
I hate that.
Where is your wife?
She's been dead about 5 years now.
But you spoke to her this morning about the sour milk.
Well, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then old Mrs. Hotchkiss stopped by.
Yeah. Did she say anything to you? Oh, he's remembering a horrible truth about her existence that nobody should know about. I've had dreams
Mrs. Hotchkiss'
like that.
husband, about 2 days ago, she came home from the market, found him trying to walk across her clothesline. 72 years old.
No, is he any good?
You don't mind this, do you?
Not at all.
It's the only station we've got around here.
Yeah, we got country and country. You big city folk wouldn't understand.
Do you have any brothers?
No, I'm an only child.
I'm so glad you and your friend could stop by, Amanda.
And how is your husband, Mrs. Hotchkiss?
I didn't get by the hospital to see him today, but I saw him yesterday. We talked a little.
Yeah.
Not much, though.
I saw Amanda's father, and he mentioned that you stopped by to see him this morning.
Lemon?
Yeah, I'll take some.
I went by to ask him about planting marigolds. He has such a green thumb.
You should get that looked at.
He seemed perfectly all right to me. There was a woman once whose husband was in a coma. She prayed that if he would come out of it, she would give up a year of her own life. The next morning, he awakened from the coma to find her dead.
Oh no, she only had a year to live? And
I guess the moral there is, don't make any deals and don't ask any questions.
yeah, good advice. Oh, I didn't like the way she was holding that
your wrist, Amanda.
knife.
A towel or something.
Just don't ask any questions. Nobody needs to know anything. Some people just go crazy. That's just, that's just the way it is. It's so weird seeing her so young.
You find anything?
Nothing. In the air or the water. All toxic contents are well below the EPA accepted safe levels.
I like this episode so far. It's mysterious. You know how much I love mysteries. Except in this episode, in which case I don't care about them. Don't tell me. I don't want to know anything. Nothing's going on. We're just going to finish the episode and that's going to be it. No need to find out a dang thing. But I do like the episode. I feel like it should be fleshed out a bit more though. I think the pacing of it was a bit too abrupt at the start. The dialogue was very strange at the start. That guy didn't need to appear from nowhere. If it's passing from person to person through, something they say to each other, we didn't need him to magically pop out of existence in front of that guy's car. That's just an extra layer of nonsense that we don't need. It was effective enough. The idea is effective enough. The idea of this episode is all there needs to be.
So it's nothing people breathed or drank.
Doesn't look like it.
Maybe it's a disease. I've been tracing it back. It's like some weird chain letter.
A contagious disease that makes people crazy.
Yeah, why not? What about the people who are unrelatedly crazy? Oh no, the scientist guy. How did he get up there?
Here are the results of each patient's initial physical examination. Dr. Benitez found nothing somatically wrong with any of them.
Okay, now.
They got him, though. He didn't jump. He's just happy.
It is extremely important that I talk to Dr. Carroll right
Maybe it's on the radio. Maybe it's in the radio.
He'll call back. He's the head of my department in Washington. He can authorize a full military quarantine of the whole town, maybe even this whole city.
I know the whispering is what it is, but the fact that we're focusing so much on the radio is weird, isn't it? It's so prominent in the episode. It starts with the music, and then we deliberately reference it when we're both in the car, and then we deliberately focus on it when we're here. So for it to have nothing to, for it not to be a plot point is an odd inclusion. Unless we're trying to character build in an 80-minute episode. I don't know. I appreciate that. I appreciate that attempt, but maybe it counteracts it. Maybe the radio sends waves that will just stop you from going crazy or amplify your craziness. Maybe they're sane and we're the crazy ones. Maybe it's aliens. Maybe it's robots. Maybe somebody pressed the button too many times. How did he get on that rooftop?
Using the information we got from the hospital, I've been able to trace back the various lines of who came into contact with whom.
Okay.
Some of the lines dead end. One or two of them come back to the same point of origin, same person.
Ooh.
Maybe he's the original source of the virus or whatever it is.
Patient 0.
Andrew Potts?
Andrew Potts.
Yeah, local crackpot, 45, 50. He's been locked up in the hospital for a couple months now. You know who we should talk to? His brother. He was a college professor, my college professor, as a matter of fact. He taught Far Eastern Studies.
Okay.
He hasn't been admitted to the hospital?
No, he hasn't.
Maybe the brother is patient 0.
Hey, what about me?
You have to stay here in case my boss calls back.
And what if this Mr. Potts is like the others?
Then I'll set a new land speed record getting help back here. Trust me, I'm no hero.
Oh, are they a romantic couple now? He likes her radio. Good look out there, bring your gun. I like that. More music. It has to be relevant, doesn't it? Hello.
And that was the Tommy Lee Walker
Holy
Band
moly.
with their latest out of Nashville. And this is Wild Bill Oakes coming to you from KFEJ Radio 660.
660, eh?
With lows tonight in the high 50s.
I am Jeffrey Potts.
Hello, Jeffrey. Are you sane?
How do you do? My name's Sayers. Edward Sayers.
Do you like my house, Mr. Sayers?
It's like a hoarder's paradise.
Yes, I do. How long have you been working on it?
Oh, 2-3 months now. Ever since I got back.
Oh.
Back from...
Oh, did you think he brought back a super artifact? That... That's how it all ties in. He brought back something. And now everybody who learns the secret loses it. But not us. Not us. We're not going to learn anything. We'll never learn anything. We're not even going to watch the rest of it. So we'll see you next time for Red Snow. Keep the radio on. Or just hum to yourself. But in a country twang. Do that.
Where? The Orient. I think I was going to write a book, but then I found out, and it really didn't matter anymore.
You found out what?
Found out what?
The world is ending?
The meaning, Mr. Sayers, the meaning.
The meaning of life?
The meaning of what?
Everything. Man's purpose and destiny.
Is it nothing?
God. Existence, everything. And it is so simple.
Don't fall for it.
You want to know?
I don't want to know. Nobody needs to know. No.
Who have you told?
Only my brother. It was supposed to be a secret, but knowing my brother, it probably isn't anymore.
No,
Are you sure you wouldn't like to know it?
No.
Everybody knows it.
Well, you'll be the only one left in town who doesn't. As I have decided, it's time for me to share this wonderful secret.
He's going to broadcast it over the radio.
How?
Well, old Har Faraday down at the radio station is always happy to let a neighbor have a little airtime.
I knew it. Get him. Get him. He's so casual. He was just like, you're done. But she has her radio on.
All proceeds this year go to the Apache Reservation School.
In
downtown Loma Valley. And a good friend and neighbor to all of us.
Turn your radio
stopped
off.
by the studio. Well, he'll be talking to us right after this.
I hope this is the longest song that's ever been recorded.
We're back now.
Oh, crap.
Wanted to stop by today to tell all your listeners something. What the meaning of life is.
Sure, Professor, go ahead.
Run.
Tell us all what the meaning of life is.
Run.
Come closer, everybody.
Shut off the radio! Turn it off! Shut
The
it
meaning
off!
of life is...
Smash it. He got to her.
Oh, thank God. Come on, we gotta get away from here.
But Edward!
Has
Amanda,
anyone
there isn't
visited?
time.
Edward, you're being rude.
No. They got to her. No. Whoop. I don't hear nothing.
But there is some knowledge for which he is not yet ready. Secrets that for now are best left undisturbed in the Twilight Zone.
And this is why I survive most Twilight Zone episodes. Because I'm willing to do. I'm willing to make the sacrifices. To keep us protected. Hey, that's interesting actually. The guy, when he found out the secret, he looked directly at the camera. Didn't he? Could we? We're not trying to figure anything out. Nobody needs to figure anything out. But if you were in a Twilight Zone episode, if you were in the Twilight Zone, and you became self-aware of that fact, that you knew you were in the Twilight Zone, that you were looking at, that you were being filmed, or maybe you were being watched, or you were stuck in this weird, hellish zone of sorts, maybe it would drive you crazy, because that guy, he found out the secret to everything. He found out God, the universe, the meaning of life, everything. He found out that he was in the Twilight Zone, and that nothing matters. And that once the episode ends, he's done for. So you may as well just sing and dance and get on top of a rooftop. You may as well tell the whole town, because once this episode's over, you're done. What I find interesting about this episode is that the title, I didn't really have anything to go on with the title. With the previous one we had buttons. I was like, oh, it could be push buttons, it could be buttons. This one I was like, need to know. But I did say at the start of just before the episode started, something about if anyone ever tells you, or that it's always better to know everything, or there's some things that you're not emotionally prepared for, and that can lead you to make bad decisions. And this is kind of the episode in a nutshell, sort of. Not really. It's a hyper exaggerated form of that. But the idea of the whole episode is kind of funny. It's kind of interesting. I like it. I really do like it. It feels like a proper horror idea. And I think we could fiddle a bit with it. Tweak it up a bit. But I really do like this episode. Did you see the other thing? I just remembered that. I like that the radio, I kept harping on about the radio. I'm glad that was a plot point. And they had to rush the two lead characters' relationship a lot, didn't they? So that he would be rushing back to save her. But I do like the idea of there being something that you could hear, just some piece of information that you could pass along that would just completely break your reality, break your brain, break your your soul change everything about yourself to literally send you crazy. Some people were handling it better than others. Some people were calmly functional, and we'll call them the spreaders. And some people were just singing at the top of a rooftop, and we'll call them the lost. We've got the spreaders and the lost. The spreaders are the dangerous ones because they can sneak up at you and whisper into your ear. I like that. That guy was doing great though. He was ducking, he was weaving, he was avoiding the guy when he tried to whisper him the secret. He put it together pretty quickly. He was very self-aware for a TV character. You know? And he learned the nature of his reality. It's funny. It's one of the weird situations where learning that you're in a particular TV show or that you're in a fictional narrative kind of would send you crazy because it's the Twilight Zone. That's the one place you don't want to be. All sorts of crazy, horrible stuff can happen to you in the Twilight Zone. In a normal show that obeys normal rules, you find out your reality is just like in this fictionalized world. You go, well, okay, but the world obeys certain rules, and this is how my life is going to be now. There's going to be a bit more drama. But with the Twilight Zone, you got freaking spiders, and you got aliens, and you got people pretending you're invisible. You've got objects that can stop time. You've got genies. You got wishes. You got shadow men. You've got weird people. The Burning Man at the side of a road. You've got all sorts of grisly vampires. You've got things that you can't quite escape from. And if that was your reality and you were stuck there, that's going to impact you horribly. What I'm saying is it's a very good episode. I like it. It's effective. And I would put it in my top 10 of episodes I've seen recently. Yeah. Just for the concept of it. Just for the episode. And hey, we've had a couple of what I would describe as loud episodes of the Twilight Zone with a lot of chaos. This one wasn't so loud. This was kind of gently paced. And sure, we had people go crazy, but it was very constrained craziness. And I like the investigative nature of it and people trying to piece together a puzzle. And the end. I like the end. Spreading it over the radio so everybody in the town knows. It's a bit like a invasion of the Body Snatchers. That sort of idea too. We start with this small town and then it spreads. We spread it elsewhere. Yeah. And great to see Frances McDormand when she was younger than you can possibly imagine. How young was she? How old is she now? She was in her 20s. She's 65 now. Yeah, pretty cool. I will see you back here next time for Red Snow. I believe that's the next one. Blood and Snow. Where have we seen that before? Have you ever seen The Thing? We watched that. There was blood and snow in that. So we'll see if Red Snow refers to anything else next time. It could be the new cool drug on the market. Yeah. Or something else.